I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and alongside the Galaxy Z Flip 7, holding it backwards. So many improvements across the board. I made a video at the Unpacked event, but the entire time the video was unfocused. Samsung pulled a one more thing. We have the Flip Fan Edition. We did not see this one coming. But yeah, that definitely hurt, but it's good to be back here in the office. But first, let's talk about today's video sponsor. This is the brand new Taurus Q3 Silicone. And without a doubt, this is the best feeling case that I ever used. This is designed for people who love the Apple silicone case feel, but need more functional design to satisfy their daily needs. Not only has that ultra soft liquid silicone for smooth skin-friendly touch, it features a 360-degree rotating kickstand. You can set it to any angle you want, whether if it's landscape or portrait. The hinge has a very satisfying click. This is gonna be perfect for streaming, video calls, FaceTime, maybe you're watching TikToks, being on Instagram. And as a hidden gem, you can actually attach this to metal objects. So you can attach your phone to, let's say, a gym equipment, and you can use this as a ring holder. So you can attach this on your shirt, you can attach it to your bag, and it's also built to last. The hinge can withstand up to 30,000 folds without loosening. All your MagSafe accessories will work, but it's going to be stronger on the Taurus Q3 Silicone. And you can also swap out the buttons to your liking. So there you have it. That's the Taurus Q3 Silicone. There's a reason why Taurus is the #1 brand of MagSafe stand cases, and this one, you gotta add it to the list. Cases also available for Samsung phones, including the Z Fold 7. Thank you, Taurus, for sponsoring a portion of this video. I'll throw a link in the description and as well as a pinned comment. I want to start things off with the Fold 7. This is the most times that I had with this. It's quite impressive on how thin Samsung was able to make this. It's incredible on how much technology is packed into this foldable. Like, this is essentially a phone and a tablet at the same time. Now, when it's folded, it's 8.9 millimeters thick. Now, in retro perspective, if you take a Galaxy S25 Ultra, this is 8.2 millimeters thick. So yes, the S25 is thinner, but like I said, this is like a phone and a tablet combined. But where things really start to get lit is when you unfold it. Now it's a 4.2 millimeters. Like, this is easily the thinnest device that I ever reviewed. The second runner-up is the iPad Pro M4 13-inch, but this is 4.2 millimeters thin. You guys know how thin this is? Like, look at this, look at this. Look at that Type-C port on the bottom there. It can't even focus. Look at that Type-C port on the bottom. It's so thin that you can barely see that the Type-C is just flushed right in there. Now, in terms of the weight, this is 215 grams, which is light. But when you compare it to the S25 Edge, this is a 1.62 grams. I gotta check on that. The S25 Edge is still one of those devices where you have to hold in your hand to really appreciate this. Same thing with this foldable, because remember, you gotta stitch 2 batteries together, right? Then you gotta put a whopping 200 megapixel camera on this. And you might think, hey, since it's light and it's thin, it might be fragile. Well, you have an armor hinge. Samsung is just using tougher materials across the board, but on top of that, you get in 7 years of updates. This is also going to give you that ultra experience Samsung claims. You get in the Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is the same exact chip on the S25 Edge, and as well as the Ultra. And just to put it in simpler terms, this is the best in-class processor. You also get in a 4,400 milliamp battery. Now, I know a lot of people have been complaining about the battery, how Samsung could make it better and they can make it more efficient and increase the milliamps. But I will say this is going to easily last me all day. Well, 24 hours later, it did last me all day. Had to put this thing on the charger because also I'm testing out the Galaxy Watch 8. Separate video on this coming soon. This is another thing. This is another thing that I love too. Look at that watch. So video on that coming soon. Just been testing out the sleep tracking. And yeah, this is pretty good, but it's only been 24 hours of me testing anyway, so I'm still getting familiar with the apps. I haven't even worked out with this yet, so I'm going to test that out tomorrow. In terms of the cameras, this take pretty good photos. I mean, when I was here in New York City, Manhattan, I took a plethora of photos, and you know, the quality speaks for itself. So you're getting a 200 megapixel wide, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a 10 telephoto lens. You also can take those macro shots too as well. Now in terms of the front facing camera on the cover display, it is a 10 megapixel, but the main display, which is unfolded, is also 10 megapixels. But here's a catch, that main display, not only it is 10 megapixels, you get an ultra wide field. So when you're taking those selfies, you have a wider shot for those selfies. And just continuing on with that ultra experience Samsung claim, it also supports 10-bit HDR video recording, night vision, and noise reduction. It's gonna be better on the S25 Ultra opposed to the Fold, but the Fold is still pretty good. Now, when you unfold the device, the display is 8 inches. This is Samsung's most expansive display yet, 11% larger compared to the predecessor. And yes, you have the One UI 8 here too as well. Just the specs aside, this is just a fun device to use as a whole. If I'm on Instagram or I'm watching YouTube, or maybe I want to get directions to a coffee shop, I can just easily just expand the display. It's just that cool factor with foldable phones in general. So I know it's been around for a little while now, and I know in the tech scene it's so much foldables, but in the real world, it's still something that it has that wow factor still. This whole entire year, Samsung has just been giving us so many great devices. The S25 Ultra, the S25 Edge, and now we have the foldables. It's like there's a Samsung for everybody. I think that's a perfect transition to talk about the Flip 7. And yeah, I think this was the one that I was most excited for, because I never reviewed a foldable phone like this. I never reviewed something that you could just flip. You guys see that? This takes me back in time, and right away I want to talk about that front display, which is really where most of the upgrades really intertwine. This is a 4.1 inch cover display opposed to 3.4 on the predecessor. They even precisely cut out the cameras so you can still have that full screen while having the dual cameras front and centered. Also too, you have 120 hertz refresh rate on the cover display alongside a whopping 2,690 nits of screen brightness in bright lights, that is. So yeah, the cover display is just a massive leap forward compared to the Flip 6. And also you have the Now bar and the Now briefing, and it's just nice to see it on the Flip. I know, I'm purposely doing this just so you guys can see how tough that hinge is. It don't matter how hard I flick it, this is not flying off, not one bit. I've been doing this all day. So similar to the Fold, you have a strong, very strong hinge. So you're not flipping it too much, but I'm not gonna bend it or anything. That's for JDRig Everything to test out, but it's incredibly strong and it's satisfying. I was on the phone, right? I was testing out some phone calls, and you can actually just close the phone to hang up on somebody. Wow. It took me back in time. All right, then. Oh yeah, you told me to shut up. All right. And then you start cursing and carrying on, and then you just bang it on them. Wow. So yeah, I only just did a test phone call. I just called myself, but like I said, it's only 24 hours of me really using these devices. For the most part, I'm using Instagram, YouTube, and listening to podcasts, listening to music. You know, I need to get into Monday. It's only Sunday. When we get into the real work and get into the real phone calls during the week and working out at the gym and all that stuff, that's when I really get to my testing. But anyway, let me finish with the Flip. Even with the inner display, also received an upgrade. This is coming in at 6.9 inches. That is a upgrade compared to the predecessor being 6.7. And not only that, the display is actually wider. So that was one of the main complaints with the Flip. It felt narrow, and it just felt like it wasn't really a traditional bar size phone. But with the Flip, you're gonna feel more at home. And if I compare that to my S25 Ultra, it's basically the same. Like if I compare it to my S25 Ultra, now we have a regular phone size now. You know, it's exactly the same in terms of the width. Exactly the same width as the S25 Ultra. And the battery also received an upgrade, coming in at 4,300 milliamps. This is the largest battery on any Flip. in the series. If you guys want to see a day in the life of the Flip and the Fold 7, let me know down in the comments down below. I think I should do one for the Samsungs because it's been a while. It's been since the S23 Ultra. So regardless of the fact, I should give you guys a day in the life just due to the fact that it's been so long. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Now, in terms of the two cameras here, this is a 50 megapixel 2x optical zoom camera. The ultra wide is 12 megapixel and the main display is a 10 megapixel shooter here on the front. And the cool thing about foldable phones is the fact how you can fold it, right? So you can fold it this way and you have additional controls. So the controls kind of change dynamic the way how you fold it. So you have like a classic camcorder style. So this is just a very nostalgic phone. So just like those old school camcorders, and you can even use the cover display too. So you can get a quick preview. So like usually when you have somebody take a picture of you, you can't really see how you look. And you have those strangers out there that just be taking the pictures and they don't even care what's what. So at least with this, you can see a preview of what's going on. But of course you could turn that off too. That would also help with battery life too. And like I said, even with this halfway fold thing, that's going to vary on some apps. So YouTube is going to give you the controls on the lower portions, while the top display is going to give you the video playback. So really a nifty way to utilize those folds. And like I said, this is just a fun phone. I would look at this as just fun. The fact how you can essentially take a 6.9-inch display of a size of a 4-inch is genius. I mean, whenever you needed a bigger display, you just flip it up and now you have a 6.9-inch display. So yeah, that's why I was so excited to really test this out. This blue shadow color is probably the best color in years. And for crying out loud, you guys remember my XM6 here? It actually matches with my XM6. Not perfect, but yeah, you guys see that? So this blue shadow, I don't know what it is with tech companies this year. Blue is making a big return. I mean, the iPhone 17 is rumored to come in blue or sky blue. We had a sky blue MacBook, and now we have blue Sony headphones here, and it's gonna match perfect with both my Flip and my Fold. So yeah, this is just like a match made in heaven right here. Yeah, Samsung, they killed it this year, man. Every phone has been a banger. After using Google Gemini, I realized on how behind Apple is in the game. But the Google Gemini really did surprise me, and I really got a chance to use that live conversation. And even for crying out loud, the watch now has Gemini, so that's pretty good too. But let me just show you guys what is it about. And also, by the way, if you guys want my wallpaper pack, I throw a link in the description. This is Vortex. If I press and hold the side button and I tap on that button, this is just to make it go live. So now, essentially, I'm having a live conversation with AI. Like, you can ask it anything right now. How can I improve my desk setup?
That's a great question. A good desk setup can make a big difference, right? To give you the best advice, could you tell me a bit about what you use your desk for?
I don't know. I could just show you.
I'd love to see it, but I can't look at your desk through this chat. Maybe you could describe it for me?
How about now? Can you see it?
Okay, I see it now. You've got a powerful gaming rig with a cool, modern aesthetic. The geometric lighting is a nice touch. Is there anything specific you'd like to improve about it?
How do I make it stand out?
You could try adding some more plants or artwork to the walls. Maybe some LED strip lighting behind the monitors for extra glow?
You can ask Gemini pretty much anything, but what's even cooler is I can share my screen and I can ask it questions on what I'm seeing on my screen here. So for instance, let's say I take it over to Instagram.
Okay, I'm ready. What's your question about Instagram?
Tell me more about this reel.
Okay, I see the reel. It looks like it's about a new fingerprint scanning feature on a phone. Did you have any specific questions about the technology or something else?
Identify the vinyl on the top left.
That's Lana Del Rey's Born to Die. Are you looking for some info on it?
Yes.
Born to Die is Lana Del Rey's second studio album, released in 2012. It's known for its cinematic, melancholic sound and themes of love, fame, and addiction. Would you like to know more about the album's production, its critical reception, or something else?
what's these panels on the wall? What's that called?
Those are Nanoleaf Elements panels. They're like smart lights that you can arrange in cool designs. Do you have any questions about them?
Can you save it onto my Samsung Note to buy later on Amazon?
I've saved Nanoleaf Elements panels to your Samsung Note titled Items to Buy on Amazon.
Can you add this event to my Google Notes or Google Calendar, I mean?
I can add Tequila Fest New York City 2025 to your Google Calendar for Saturday, July 19th, 2025.
So there you guys have it. That's the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and the Z Flip 7. Let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think. Make sure you guys follow me on X and on Instagram at Simply Pops. And make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. And other than that, I hope you all have a simple day. Peace.